In December 2018, police did a welfare check, finding the body of 28-year-old Donovan Barfield in his Lansing, Michigan home. Donovan had been shot 6 times, and his apartment had been ransacked. Investigators caught a break when Donovan's friend Joe Woods came forward with a crucial piece of evidence. Woods had been staying with Donovan, and his laptop's webcam had recorded videos the night Donovan was killed. Detectives reviewed the videos and saw 3 men ransacking the apartment while brandishing a semi-automatic pistol. Joe didn't know the 3 men, but police worked quickly to identify them as Neil Prince, Anthony Brown, and Willie Fletcher. Investigators learn Prince is in custody for an unrelated crime and bring him to the station for an interview.
Hey, Mr. Prince. How are you, sir? My name's Mike Fleming. I'm a detective for the police department. You want to go ahead and sit up for? I'm going to fix this chair so you can sit down. I'd like to take those cups off. Would be any issue if I take them off? No. Okay.
What do you go by? What's your name?
Neil.
Neil, would you like me to call you Neil?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Neil, I'm Tristan Ronick. I'm a detective with the City of Lansing Police Department.
We're going to get some basic information on you, okay, Neil? Okay.
Can you spell your first name for me, please?
N-E-A-L.
N-E-A-L. And your middle name?
Don't have one.
And your last name?
Prince.
Can you spell Prince for me?
P-R-I-N-C.
P-R-I-N-C-E.
Uh-huh.
And what's your name, brother? And what's the phone number to reach you at? What's your other cell phone number?
Don't have another cell phone.
Just the one? What social media you use?
A-R.
In the front?
Mm-hmm.
All lowercase or capital? It doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters, to be honest.
Okay. So. Use any other Instagrams, Snapchat, anything?
I don't really take pictures like that.
Yeah, Facebook names?
No. Okay, just this one. Okay. Where do you, I know where you're staying at, but can you okay.
Make sure it's door number 4 outside.
Okay. And then, how long have you been seeing him?
We moved in like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
4 weeks ago.
Okay.
I think like 7th of December.
2nd week is December? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's like 4 weeks ago.
You born and raised in Lansing?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go to school? Graduated.
I supposed to graduate year 2010, but I got a couple grades, so I'm doing high school.
What grade did you make it to?
12.
12?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
going to.
Oh, so you were real close to that. You working anywhere right now?
Nobody called me back.
Trying to get a job though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know why we're sitting here talking to you?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea at all?
And they came to my door. They busted in.
We're here to talk to you about a homicide, okay? That's what we want to speak with you about.
Homicide?
Yep. Before we speak to you about that, we have to read you your advice of rights. You ever been read your advice of rights before?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. How many times have you been read them? Once? Okay. So I'm going to read through them. If you have any questions about them, you let me know, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you do say may be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult with an attorney before speaking to the police and have an attorney present during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you before questioning. Do you understand what I've read? Okay. Do you have a question about any of those?
Yeah.
Okay. If you understood what I read, I just need you to sign right there, and all you're doing is saying that you understood what I read to you, okay? Well, actually, you sign right here. You said yes, that you understood, right? Yes. It's MEAL, right? BLINCE. Okay. Sign those offices.
Person?
However you normally sign your name.
Whatever your signature is, Neil.
You
Like
do
how you say
whatever,
a check or.
whatever you're comfortable with.
That's alright. They don't even teach it in school anymore, you know that?
They actually do in some schools.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome.
But it's kind of a waste of it.
I know she kept looking at the light. What it is our lights will automatically turn off and they turn back on. So it's not that someone keeps looking in here, because just so you know, that's just what it does. It just kicks off.
I was sleeping for some night, I think for like black, you know, for the one day.
No, you should see it when there's little kids in here, because they'll be running up down and then it turns off and it comes back on. It's kind of entertaining anyway.
Knowing what we're here to talk to you about, does that jog your memory at all? Andy, what we're talking about? Okay. We want to speak to you about a homicide that occurred over on Bayview on December 14th, specifically. Okay. But understand that we did not come to your house. We're not talking to you by, it's not just random, just didn't pick your name out of that. We have information available to us that we think that you have some knowledge about that incident that you can share with us. Okay?
Okay.
We want to get your side of the story. Everybody has a side of the story. We want to hear what you know about the situation, what went on that night. Details like that as far as what occurred. Where do you think would be appropriate to start?
I would like what you're talking about. I don't even know. That homicide, nothing.
Let's start with this. How long have you lived on the North Capitol address?
Like 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Do you remember when you moved in there?
Like the 2nd of December. That was like, I don't know, it was my 2nd of December.
Okay. Where'd you live before that?
On the east side.
Where?
On the Woodlawn.
Woodlawn, okay.
Like the standing by Morris Park, the little pool.
Yeah. On Woodlawn, who'd you live with?
My mom,
Anybody else stay there?
my sister, but I don't know if I talked to her.
What was the numbers there? I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay.
Who lives with you on Capitol?
My mom and my sister.
Mom, your sister? Anybody else?
No, we've been struggling since we've been house to house.
Even what?
I said we've been struggling since we've been house to house.
In there, what room do you have a bedroom in there?
And
Capitol.
No, it's a real small little place, so I usually just sleep with my mom and my sister. To be honest.
Either room?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a real abandoned living home, but I was sleeping out there.
You guys haven't been staying there on Capitol very long. Anybody else stayed the night there? Any friends or anything like that? No? Seemed like you didn't think, were you just thinking about it, or somebody might have stayed there?
I'm not sure at the time. So we moved in like 2 weeks ago, but like I didn't always be there.
Have you had any friends over at that place? Nobody came to stop by, check out the new digs, nothing? You just know that you've not had any friends, but you don't know if Jayla or your mom has. Is that what you're saying?
Okay.
Okay, but you have not. Okay, you shaking your head no, does that mean no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who are your good friends that you know?
You know, they're saying like we high school, you already know. Like, you said with your parents, they go to college, like separate ways, so I was doing you.
Not really hanging out with anybody then? If you are going to hang out with somebody, who would it be? But do you remember December 14th? Do you remember where you were at or what you were doing that day?
Yeah.
You said that's your only phone, right? The 5
iPhone,
iPhone. What color is like the back of it? Do you know what model you have?
gold, I think they're gold,
Do you remember what model it is?
like a year.
Like there's an iPhone 5, 6, 7,
Oh,
8,
6.
X.
6S plus or 6 plus.
Okay. Does anybody else use your phone? So there'd be no reason for your phone to be separated from you. Normally, if your phone's somewhere, are you normally with it? Okay. Do you ever leave the house without your phone?
Yeah.
No, you always take it with you. So you can have a way to, everybody takes their phone with them, right?
Yeah. Like if my phone would be off, like the bill not paid, I leave it at home. There's no point to have it.
How long do you have that phone?
Like sister paid it to me.
A month, 2 months, 6 months, a year? You don't have to, it doesn't have to be exact.
But when you say like November, I only lived in Woodlawn on the east side.
Okay. Have you had service the whole time you had that phone?
Not the whole time. Like I just recently got turned on.
Do you remember when you had it turned on?
Yeah.
Like who pays the bill? You or mom? Or
My mom.
she pays the bill?
We don't have to pay anything.
When you don't have service, how do you get in touch with people?
So I just don't do nothing. So I say like my phone off, I reach out to them.
Do you use like Wi-Fi?
They don't have no Wi-Fi.
No, I mean like when you're out and about to communicate, so you can communicate with people.
No. I don't tweet it. Like it's off. I mean, it comes when you got home.
When you do communicate with people, is it generally through text, Facebook Messenger?
Usually like they'll call me or something.
Do they call normal, or a lot of people make calls through Facebook Messenger nowadays? Do
I call normal or they'll FaceTime.
number FaceTime? Okay. And you said you don't really remember where you were on the 14th?
I talked to your sister. It sounds like that would have been about the same time that you guys moved in to Capitol. Do you remember when you moved into Capitol?
December, like the second week of December.
Okay. Do you remember that day? That day specifically, that moving and getting moving stuff? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I didn't move in at first.
How much later did you move into the house?
Wednesday. Because like we had still had the house on Woodlawn like a couple of days till lease was up or whatever, and then they was moving in, so I just stayed. While they was moving to the house on Capitol, I was just sleeping there, and then I do all my stuff on the next day. I rode my bike over there.
So if they signed the lease, or what I'm understanding from your sister, they signed the lease on the 14th. So you moved in the 15th. Would that be an accurate statement?
I moved in the day after they moved in.
Would that be the day they signed the lease or no?
I think they moved in before they signed the lease. I'm not sure.
Okay. How do you guys get your stuff from one place to the other?
We called the bus, and I rode my bike. So I was carried all my. I don't got a lot of stuff because before we moved, Woodlawn, I say move around, we got ready, so we put not ready, but we got to keep that with it. So I put basically put majority of my stuff in storage. So I just had like 3-4 bags, couple duffel bags, put in my shoulder, just rode my bike up there. Just around the street kind of.
And that was after your mom and sister were there for just a day, or more than a day?
More than that, they moved in. I just good.
Okay.
They caught the bus to take their stuff.
Nobody was helping you guys out? You couldn't get somebody with a car or something like that?
No, it's real. I told you I was just us. Me, my mom, sister, and older brother. It's just us. I'm brothers.
Who's your little brother?
No.
You never stay at your house?
This is the dad.
Okay.
How old are they?
Okay.
You said you were born and raised in Lansing, right? So you're pretty familiar with the city? Like, where have you spent most of your time growing up?
Closer on the east side.
East side. You have any friends that live over, do you know where Bayview is?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any friends that live over there? Bayview's up, you know where the homes in Waverly is, right?
On the south side of Lansing?
Yeah, southwest side, homes in Waverly. Harbor Point, a lot of people know where AP is. You know where that is?
Yeah. But that's somewhere by Waverly Park.
Sheffield and Waverly. It's not too, it's a little north of Waverly Park. Sheffield and Waverly, homes in Waverly.
Yeah, I don't know where you park at.
You have any friends over in that area where homes in Waverly is?
No.
Okay. When's the last time you were over in that area, the southwest side?
When we used to live over there.
When was that?
This was in the summer. It was old fire.
And so recently, within the last month, you haven't been over there.
You know,
Visit a friend over there?
you know.
Here's the deal. This homicide occurred on Bayview in an apartment over there. And that's over near the homes in Waverly. We know that you were over there. You were seen over there, and you were also on video over there.
Why would that show up?
I will probably watch the video. That's not me. I'm going to tell you watch the video.
It is you. And like I said, the person saw you over there. I know, so somebody that knows and recognizes you.
Yeah, I'm going to cut the wrong person.
So what we want to do here, listen to me, it's not the wrong person, but what we want to do here is, one, we can't put words in your mouth. So I can't give you possible scenarios that occurred, but everybody has a story, every situation has a story. We know something happened over there. We know you were there. What we need you to do now is tell us the circumstances which occurred, because there are a lot of circumstances that can explain why situations occurred. But like I said, I can't put words in your mouth. It's got to come from you. So knowing that, and I know you don't know me from Eve, but I'm not BSing you. We didn't pick your name or your apartment at random tonight. We're not talking to you just for no reason at all. We're talking to you because the stuff that I'm telling you is the truth. So what we need you to do, take a deep breath, explain to us what happened that night over at the apartment on Big View.
I don't know what you told me. That's not his. You better watch the video. Whoever said it on me. I don't know me. I don't know.
Okay. Like I said, let me ask you this. Did you know that there was surveillance footage in the apartment? Did you know that there was surveillance footage in the apartment? Yes or no?
Yes, I know.
Okay, I will tell you there was surveillance footage in the apartment. You are on the surveillance footage. Do you realize that? I'm not bullshitting you. So that I'm giving you an opportunity to tell us what happened.
That's what I do. So I do watch the video or something.
Okay. So knowing that you're over there on video, somebody has identified you. There are certain items in the apartment tonight that we found that came from that apartment.
So,
Do you understand that you know one? Do you understand that we're not BSing?
I do it for good, but
This is your opportunity. I don't know how else to make that clear. I can't put words in your mouth. I have an idea of probably what occurred and what happened, but I can't sit here and put words in your mouth. This is your opportunity to tell us what went on. We know you weren't the only one there.
that was it. Yeah.
We know you weren't the only one there. This is your opportunity to tell us what went on. You also understand that this is something similar to like you see on TV. The person who starts talking first, normally things work out best for that person. We're eventually going to talk to the other people that were there. This is your opportunity to tell us what happened.
Nothing to tell you. It was there.
Neil, do you understand the way DNA works?
Yeah.
Okay. And you understand that we have your DNA on file from another incident, correct?
Yeah, it's good.
You were wrapped up in some type of burglary. You were arrested for something in the past. Okay. And then they typically take your DNA for something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to do is I would like to get your permission to get your DNA today to eliminate you as one of those people for right now.
You can't just put on time to my DNA.
It doesn't work that way. It has to be, each time has to be a new swab from that specific person for that crime. You can't just use it from another crime that had occurred. Is that something you're willing to do?
Probably be my third thing. How we
This isn't a fingerprint. This is a DNA swab.
What is that?
That is where they swab inside your mouth and get your DNA.
Yeah.
Is that something you're willing to do? Okay. That leads me to believe that maybe you've been in that apartment before. Okay, you've never been in anybody's apartment over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess I don't understand why you wouldn't volunteer that.
That's the point.
The point is to eliminate you as a suspect.
You can eliminate me as a suspect if I do it. I'm saying, though, if I do it, can I go and just sit down?
No, because I'm still missing a huge chunk of what your side of the story is. I mean, just like Detective, but listen, Detective Looney already told you, we already know, we have this video, we have people who positively ID you, who've known you.
Can we watch the video together?
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. That know you, that know who you are, so they put you there. My concern is that I don't know what happened. I don't know if you're being railroaded. I don't know if you're being falsely accused or if you were not the main guy in the group. I don't know. The only person who can tell me that in this room, not me, not him, is you. You're the only person who can help me with that part of the story. I don't know that part of the story, Neil. And I know that you do. And you have to understand, I don't know if it's a man you didn't like. I don't know if you were friends, if something accidentally happened. I do know that this is a man who had a child on the way, has another child who doesn't have a dad. I watched a mother cry over her lost son. These are the things I do know. These are things I know. Okay? And how but what I'm saying is you do know, and you're that piece of the puzzle that can help us.
I don't know.
I know you know.
I'm trying to tell you I don't know.
Okay, and I understand that you're saying that. But that's not the truth. That's not the truth.
It's the truth.
It's not. I know that you can help us.
I don't know. I'm telling you,
But Neil, that part of the problem with that is there's too many things that put you there. There's a dead man's property in your apartment that you've only lived in for a couple weeks, you're telling me.
What? What property?
I'm telling you that there's a dead man's property in your apartment. I'm telling you that I know that someone had put you in that area, and you're telling me that you weren't there. I know you were there, but what I need to know, Neil, is what happened. You're the only one who can help me with that. I need to know what happened.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what property you're talking about.
No, I'll show you for sure.
Okay.
Got to my let go.
What's that?
Got to my let go.
Yeah, it was on let go for 150.
Yeah.
Who'd you get them from?
They don't know. They don't got a picture on it.
How'd you get them?
I bought them.
You had to contact somebody from let go, so who'd you contact?
I don't remember the name. You just go through categories that you want. You find it. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
When did you buy them on Let Go?
We'll be back in December.
You get in December and December 1.
I do not know.
Explain to me how let go works.
Right. So, like, say I want to sell this phone, I'll take a picture of it, put details, whatever you want, and then you just post it. And
how's the person contact you?
Like, you just go through a list, like you can buy cars, clothes, games, whatever, and you go and you click on it, and you just click I'm interested, or you can text them whatever you want to text them.
So at some point you got to set up a place to meet them. Okay, so you have to have their phone or set up a place to meet them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you had this person's phone number?
Yeah.
So how did you set up a place to meet them?
On Let Go.
So the messages would be in Let Go?
Yeah.
Okay, where'd you meet this person in?
Downtown.
Where?
Cal Station.
What day?
I don't remember.
Would have been after you lived on Capitol or when you lived on Woodlawn?
When I was on Capitol. Because I think I'm so be close to like on Florida, so you got in a public place.
Where'd you meet in the bus station?
Like, you ever been to a bus station?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you go out towards the end, towards Like, how's the number one's at the end right here? And that little girl right there. He is right there.
So we'll be able to see on camera exchanging. What did he have the shoes in? Or did you just hand them to him?
They had the shoes.
Okay. So we'll be able to verify that.
No box, no nothing, just shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how we were talking about DNA earlier? Do you know a little bit about DNA? Like, DNA is something that we all have in our body. It's unique to all of us. Your DNA is different than mine, is different than hers, different than everybody else's. So they can check DNA, and we can find out who's been wearing these. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, if the victim's DNA is in there, how do you think that's going to look?
The dude that died?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know something now.
What's that?
That little bet on me, I probably want to do it.
But see, that's the problem. We can see you in that video, and we can see you grabbing the shoebox.
What you
That was the video I've already told you now.
From the dead man's house.
That's the part that I don't think you're understanding. Like, we're not BSing you on the video part. There's video of you grabbing the shoes. Those shoes were found where tonight in your apartment. There is. I'm not lying to you.
I'm not lying to you.
I'm assuming you hadn't heard about it 2 weeks later.
Do you hear anybody else, anybody you know, talk about a video that you were on in a dead man's house until today? So you never even knew it existed.
No. No, I used to go.
This is your opportunity, Neil.
Tell me about that.
My boy took us from guys.
Where did you find that?
Downtown, okay. The police say one Brian, yeah, she put his home from down the street.
So same guy sold you the...
No, not the same guy.
How did you get that then?
Let go. I think. So those.
So you're scrolling on your Let Go account and you buy it, or and then you say you want to meet there. Is that what you're saying? So if I go into your Let Go account, it'll have all this documentation.
I never knew.
What's your Let Go account? How do I get into that?
I'm getting fake name.
Okay, what's the big name?
I don't know.
Did you do it through your phone?
No.
How do you? What device did you use to get it? Did you Let Go?
Tablet. That was far. I just phone.
Where's the tablet at?
Well, computer.
Okay.
You ever worn this before? You've never worn that before? You ever worn shoes? Nothing.
Took a picture on
Took a picture and what?
the shoe.
But you never worn that?
No. I took that shoe. I took a picture. I didn't wear it because I was waiting to find a chain.
Look at the picture. Okay. What were you wearing in the picture?
Gray pants. Think of black and gray hoodie. And shoes.
Where did you take the picture of?
Outside. I might put in the details.
Who took the picture for you?
You posted somewhere? Are you sure about that? I don't know if I said this to you earlier, but when we're investigating a homicide, that if you're not truthful to us, that can get you in a lot of trouble too. That's a felony in itself.
Yeah, bro, I never posted those.
So if I showed you a Facebook photo with you wearing the shoes and the necklace, how would you explain that?
Let's see.
Where you found that out?
Yeah, but it's on it.
Okay.
Do you
I
care?
got the other one. Don't put it there.
Okay.
I'll find it. Oh no, okay. Yeah, you can try that.
Okay.
What?
Okay, that's you. Wearing a dead man's necklace and a dead man's shoe. Tell me about that.
My photo, Chris. I don't know what's
Okay, now hold up, before you keep speaking. Plug thought it was sweet. I doubled back and he ain't see shit, or he didn't see a thing. Tell me about that.
That's a song caption.
That don't have nothing to do with the dead man? That you went back and got the stuff?
Gang miles.
Okay, what you're not understanding is people saw you there, okay? There's video surveillance of you inside when this happened. The dead man stuff is inside your apartment. What I don't understand is why this happened, how you know him. These are all the things that only you can help me with. What were there other people there? Did someone coerce you into going in there? I can't feel, like he said, I can't tell your story. Your story is your story, not mine. But there's a lot of stuff stacked against you right now, and things aren't looking good for Neil. Things are looking really bad for Neil. There's a lot of Facebook posts that have been put out there about dead man this and this and this and that, all with your name attached to it and your friends. I need you to help me. Help me figure this out.
I'm trying to help you.
I don't think you are trying to help me. You deny everything. I've let go of fake account. All of a sudden, I don't have a tablet. The tablet's missing. I threw it away. It don't make no sense. Why would you throw all that? That doesn't even make any sense.
If you have a broke phone, are you going to keep it?
No, you said a tablet. You didn't say a broke phone. You said a tablet.
I'm saying in general, like, you got something.
But okay, regardless, you have all this stuff stacked against you. Why wouldn't you want to tell why? I don't understand. Why wouldn't you want to tell you why you were there?
You think about new the shoes and necklaces and throwing out a poster and wear it or even buy it? What sense does that make?
Whose Facebook account is it that you posted that on?
For my old one.
Your old one? How come you didn't tell us about that when we asked you to get another one? How old was it?
I've been all-star.
Huh?
I've been all-star Prince one. I posted that picture.
Okay. So it's really not that old. You just posted that picture a few days ago. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Remember what I talked to you about lying during a homicide investigation? So you didn't tell us about that other Facebook account. And you said it's an old one, but it's not an old one. It's a few days ago that you posted it on. So it's the one that you're currently using. A few days ago is one that you're currently using. I don't know if you're getting it yet, but we're not getting it yet. This is your opportunity to tell us. You're first at the table. The world is yours. We got to hear it from you, though. You can't. We know you were there. We know what happened. We don't know why, and we don't know all the circumstances that occurred. I don't know how clear I can make it to you that we know you were there. So you saying that you weren't there, it doesn't matter. We know you were there. So this is knowing that, in my head, if I was in your position, I'd be saying, this is my opportunity to explain to them what happened so they can understand that whatever. Like I said, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. Your opportunity is in front of you. Don't waste it. Do you realize how big a situation this is for you? Do you realize how bad this could be for you if you don't talk to us and tell us what happened that night? Where this is an opportunity for you right now to explain to us what happened and maybe make it understandable as to what happened that night or why it occurred or something along those lines. This is your opportunity to not make this really bad for you. Talk to us. Tell us what happened that night.
I don't know what I'm actually talking about. I don't know how many times I got to tell you. But in there.
But again, we know you're there.
I see correspondence on Facebook with your friends, Chris, John, all these guys back and forth. Don't be talking on the media. Don't do that. So I know that you know more than what you're saying. Okay, I already know that, Neil. I already know that part, but I don't know why. I have no idea why this happened. There could be a logical explanation. You're 18 years old. Really? This is what we're doing at 18?
What?
Not telling our side of the story?
What stories are to tell? Wasn't there? Don't know about no.
You're slouched with your hand on your face right now. I think you're missing the opportunity that's in front of you and the two very distinct ways this situation can go for you. One, I don't know, you're 18 years old. Think about that for a second. Think about what we've explained to you. We're investigating a homicide. Think about the opportunity that's in front of you right now. This is not the first time I've sat and talked to somebody in your position. Don't be one of the people that makes a bad decision and lets this opportunity pass you by. Be one of the people that has this opportunity in front of them and takes the time to explain what happened, so the people who get to look at this and review what happened have an understanding of why it happened. If they don't have an understanding of why it happened, what do you think they're going to assume with all the things that we've told you tonight? Okay, how do you think that's going to turn out for you? So with that understanding, talk to me about what happened that night. This is your opportunity to tell us what happened.
I'm sorry. You think
the saying that you weren't there, you know, isn't true.
You think if I knew a story I wouldn't tell if I'm known from the
I do. I think sitting in your position, you would probably be scared to tell what's going on. But also, we're trying to help you understand the position that you're in, the opportunity that you have in front of us to tell us what happened, so we can understand and explain to the people who get to make decisions what happened. What can we do to make it? Has anybody threatened you to not tell us what happened that night? What can we do to make you feel comfortable to tell us what happened that night? But that's what we don't want. We don't want you to keep being untruthful to us. I don't know how to explain it to you. We're talking to you for a reason. You're on video in the guy's apartment. There's no mistake about that. There's no mistake about the person who saw you leaving there. There's no mistake about the fact that we found the stolen items in your apartment that you're occupying. Understand, like, grasp the opportunity that's in front of you and explain to us what happened that night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you doing that because you're worried about the people that you were with that night?
I don't know if you worried or I do that. I'm sure I'm just saying stuff.
So is it somebody else that you were with that did something?
How did you guys get up to Bayview in the first place? Did you ride your bike up there? Did they give you a ride? How did this happen? Okay, Neil, that's not the truth. So you're willing to just not tell your side of the story and just go to jail for this? That's what you want to stick with. You don't want to talk. You don't want to tell your side of the story.
If I do go first for this, I normally get up first. Then I'll find out just so.
Then who was it?
That's your job to find out. I don't know.
Hey, listen to me on this. You know that you were there with other people. You're not taking advantage of the opportunity. We're eventually going to catch up to those other people. What do you think happens to your opportunity when they start taking advantage of an opportunity? And like I said, I've been doing this for a while. If you think for 1 second they're not going to take advantage of an opportunity that's in front of them, I can tell you most of the time people do. And what do you think is happening to your opportunity when they take advantage of it? Take advantage of your opportunity. You can. You're choosing not to right now. What can we do to make you feel comfortable? It's not a question of if you were there. We know you were there.
Neil, do you think that we were lying about having video footage of inside that apartment?
You probably do, but it's not on you. I don't know whether you're inside your apartment.
Neil, there is video footage of you in that apartment. That is not a lie. That is for sure.
Not of me, or some other person, not me.
Well, tell me about the other people who were in the apartment then.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's why I knew I had to tell you the whole story, but I don't know.
Are you afraid of them doing something to you?
Oh.
Are you afraid of anybody doing something to you if you snitch to the police?
They're not going to snitch about it. If I don't know. They're not going to snitch about it.
You don't want to take advantage of this opportunity to help yourself out, you know?
Absolutely.
I mean, what would you say to your sister if she was in this situation? Would you tell her, hey, it sounds like you guys are close. You're close with your mom. What would you say to your mom or sister? Like, if there's other people involved, what advice would you give to them? If they were sitting at this table?
You were like, game.
Would you explain it to them? Hey, if there's X amount of people involved, you better start speaking or problems are going to come your way. Would you give them that advice? Or you'd be like, just don't say nothing? What kind of advice would you give somebody like that? And I think you know in your heart what to do.
I'm trying to tell you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Get a Gmail account or what? What's your Gmail account?
As a kid and stuff, I don't remember.
Do you use that Gmail account for anything?
I think like email percent that I don't use Gmail.
You use any other email, do you have another email address that you use like to purchase things or to get up and let go or anything like that? There's even no other emails accounts with your name on or a fictitious name or
You said you've never been over there, right? So when we're able to use your phone to put you over there, how would you explain that?
I know it's a joke.
No, I know you can do it. What would be your explanation if your phone was over there? Yeah, there would. You'd have to provide an explanation, but phones don't walk on their own, right? That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, right? We know you were over there. We're only going to get more information that puts you over there, so I'm not sure why you're not wanting to explain your side of the story. What we have only grows from this point out. Tell us what happened. Don't say again that I don't know what you're talking about, I wasn't there. I don't know how many times we have to tell you we know you were there. It's not a question of if you were there. We know you were there. It only stacks up more from here on out. You start talking now and explaining what happened. That lets other people get to make the decision, understand what happened on that. Tell us who you're with, tell us what happened, tell us, there might be a reason that will be like, yeah, that makes sense, we understand that. There is, we know that. Is there a reason why you wouldn't want to tell us before the other people you talk to tell us their side of the story?
Neil, I know this has been weighing on your mind. I can tell by, your sister can tell, she knows there's something up with you, she doesn't know what it is. And something's been weighing on your mind. And I have a pretty good idea of what it is. But I just don't know why, Neil. That's what I need to know. I need to know what took place there. Did something happen where you had to defend yourself? I don't know. But I know all those noises are just being repeated in your head over and over again. All that stuff that happened that night. Whatever it was. A push of a table. A big bang. Something. All that keeps clicking, click, 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 click in your head. And you just repeatedly see the whole scenario over and over again. This is your opportunity to tell us why. I don't know why.
I ain't got no grease on my shoulders. I sleep good at night. I ain't got no what to look like. I'm sure.
Before we find more stuff to place you over in that area, would you like to explain to us why? In your head somehow, are you sitting there thinking this gets better for you somehow?
Y'all,
by not telling us what happened, is there some, understand your
y'all accusing me from murdering in no way for this to get better. He's doing me.
Well, there is. It does get better if you help us understand what happened that night.
But how do I know so it's not so?
So you didn't do something, so who did do something?
I don't know what happened.
You do know. Neil, you were there. That's not disputable. That is not a disputable fact. We're talking about facts. You said you didn't do anything that night, so who did? Get yourself out of it. Pull yourself out of the hole. You're in a hole right now. Pull yourself out. You said you didn't, so who did?
That's for y'all to find out.
Because you know. You know. You can help yourself out. You want to sit on this for everybody else who's involved? Just you? You want to sit on it for yourself. You're okay with sitting in prison while your mom and sister just struggle from these apartment to apartment things, and you can't help contribute. The man of the house. Really? Because you want to act like a punk and not tell your side of the story? You're 18. You're a man. You're the man of your house. There's nobody else there. And now, guess what? You're not going to be there. Unless you tell your side of the story, we can figure out what's the logical reason for what happened. We need to know what happened. And you can tell us. You can help yourself, Neil. It's going to be pretty lonesome for your mother in guessing you're probably the protector of that house. You're the man of the house. Is that an accurate statement? Mm-hmm. You look out for those two ladies. Those are the ladies of your life. And you're willing to put all that aside to not tell your side of the story, which could have some logical explanation of what happened that night. We know you were there. I just need to know why. But you're willing to give that up. Picture your mother, picture your sister, and who's going to protect them now? I mean, seriously, these are things you got to think about. How would you feel about that? They got left. If you ended up doing prison time, how would you feel about that? Knowing that there's no one out there protecting them.
I'd be sick knowing I got locked up for 7 hours.
But no care about your mother or sister.
Yeah, of course I care about that.
Well, that's not what you said. You said you'd be sick about yourself.
And you sick about systems and all that. You know, anyone trying to do it, baby. And talking and emotions,
Start small. Tell us whose idea it was. You can start small. Tell us a little bit about what happened. If you don't want to talk about yourself, tell us about who you were with. Is it because you're the shooter? Is that the reason why you don't want to talk to us? Because you think this doesn't get any better for you? Look at me, Neil. Is that why you don't want to talk to us? Because you're the one who did the shooting?
I want to talk to you. There's nothing to talk about.
If you didn't do the shooting, why don't you tell us who did? We know you were there. Talk to us, Neil.
I'm trying.
Come on, lift your head
You're
up and
not.
talk to us.
You're sleeping, and I'm having a conversation with
I've
you.
been here like
Be
an
a-
hour and a half waiting, and y'all trying to blame me for murder. Y'all just expect me to just sit here and tell everything when there's nothing to tell because I wasn't even there.
What I'm asking you to explain to me is why you were in a dead man's apartment. That's what I'm asking for you to explain to me. Why were you in there?
I was.
How do you know him?
No, who? Who?
You're going to tell me you don't know Lou. Really?
Who is who?
Okay. You might not know him by name, but you'd know him by dead body. I'm sure of that. If I put a picture of his dead body up here, I'm sure that might ring a bell from that evening.
I've never seen a dead body before. On TV, but not real
Well, I don't get it. I don't get why you would want to protect yourself.
I'm trying to, and I believe it.
Was it your idea or somebody else's? Was it your idea, Neil, or somebody else's?
What idea?
To go over there that night.
So are you saying that we're lying?
I'm just saying how long, like,
How are you going to explain to us how your DNA got in his house? And how your fingerprints got in that house? Explain that to me.
I don't know my fingerprints now.
But your DNA is.
I don't know my DNA got in this house.
Why would it be in there? Have you ever rented an apartment over there? Help explain it to me. Have you ever rented an apartment over on Bayview before?
No,
Do you have any friends on Bayview?
nothing.
Okay, I can't understand you. Sit up like a man. Sit up like a man so I can understand what you're saying. I can't hear you. I'm talking to you clearly. I'm showing you respect. You're not showing me any respect.
I'm tired. I keep telling you. I just haven't seen him for like 2 hours, basically.
Have you ever rented an apartment on Bayview?
No,
Have you guys ever stayed there?
no.
Okay, so your DNA should not be in that apartment of the dead man.
I know it's not.
You know your fingerprints are not.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're in there, then you're lying right now. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Then you're not willing to give a new DNA. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
And why was that again? I'm sorry, I missed that part. Because you know what's in there. Oh, I'm sorry. Nice to hear that. Help me out here, Neil. I can sit here all night.
I'm
I
gonna
got-
usually go to sleep if I'm here all night.
I'm showing you respect by staying awake and asking you questions.
I'm trying to I keep asking the same questions. So,
I am because I'm not getting the explanation.
trying to. You know, if I keep asking the same questions, I'm gonna just go to sleep. I don't know why.
Is that because you don't want to share and you're tired? And maybe if I go to sleep, they won't ask me any more questions. But I got a lot on my mind right now, but I'll just pretend like I'm sleeping instead. That's typically what somebody who has information does. I've done enough interviews to know that. That's also what guilty people do as well, Neil. They pretend like they're sleeping, so maybe this will just go away and disappear. It's not, Neil, it's not, Neil. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. I just need to know why. And just like Detective Lynn said, a small portion. Whose idea was it to go to Lou's house in the first place?
I don't know who. I don't know who
Well, you might not know who he is. But whose idea was it to go to Bayview?
I don't want to baby. So.
And that's just where you're going to stand. You're not going to give yourself an opportunity. So when the other people who were involved come in here and point the finger at you, you're good with it.
There's something funny at me. I know I ain't do nothing, so I'm not worried.
And you're clear that we have clear evidence that shows you in that apartment, and there was video surveillance.
I know I wasn't in there, so I'm clear.
You know there wasn't video surveillance, or you know you weren't in there?
I know I wasn't over there, so.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, you were. But that's for the story you want to stick with.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you a ride, Neil. You're gonna be heading downtown, okay? Just wait here till we come back.
Why I gotta go downtown?
Probation violation warrant to start with. Probation violation warrant to start with. Okay?
Why don't I violate probation with?
No.
Why
Go put your hands down.
with? You was taking pictures?
There we go.
You can take a picture.
Well, what probation I violate? Can I get a bottle of water or something? Come on. I'm so popular, da 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 da.
What's up, dude?
I just want water or something.
Yeah, I get you some more. What's the passcode to your phone? You don't. Come on now, bro.
If you weren't involved with this, that's helped us amount for money. You understand that, right?
I need some water.
Yeah, I'll bring you some water. Yeah. All right, let me get you some water. Here you go, buddy. You get that passcode?
Thank you. Huh?
You get that passcode?
What passcode?
Where's your phone?
I don't know. Oh, there's water in yellow.
It's done. It's just the way it is. It's from the sink. It's good. I drink it every day.
Alright, I'm not sure.
Neil Prince was convicted of first-degree felony murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Willie Fletcher was convicted of felony murder and sentenced to 28 to 60 years in prison. Anthony Brown was considered to be the leader of the trio and the likely triggerman. He was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.